Oh, dang, there's people here. Look at that. I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of comments, emails, and whatnot. Some of the comments, what's up, John? Some of the comments are really interesting, even if they're not like going anywhere, really. They're just kind of random. This guy says, I overheard a friend at work one day complaining that he was going to get evicted if he didn't get high, non-running. Oh, it's his. If he didn't get his non-running Pontiac Grand Prix moved, he said I could have it if I could get it out of the parking lot. So this is a comment on my 1973 Ranchero video. I called a tow truck and had it moved to my place. I got it started, but noticed fuel was leaking out right where yours was. I also noticed that all 4 bolts on the carb were loose. Tightened them down and the car ran like a top. Then he wanted it back. Didn't happen. Sold it to a guy who later ran into a herd of cows at about 100 miles per hour and spent 6 months in the hospital. Anyway, what if I turn this off? Is that a little more? 10:30 and Michael. Okay, Michael. I think Michael is the guy, the border breaker guy from is it New Zealand? But it looks like ND. Is that North Dakota? I just came down off this leg tower. Well, that's interesting. Good evening, Texas Grizzly. You know, nobody knows about this site, this channel, except us. Do you guys know that? Let's see here. How do you know how small of a limb you can go out on? How about when climbing? The main trunk just keeps getting smaller the higher you go. So what do you use as a reference for the smallest safe diameter? I imagine at this point you have a good idea just by rule of thumb, but when starting out, did you have some sort of chart that showed size versus load carrying capacity? It's interesting, these kinds of questions. They all come from a certain beginner level of understanding. Like there's just going to be a book somewhere that you can just learn this. Okay. And there are people who will tell you, don't do this and always do this. They'll say never and always, which are the 2 words that I hate to use. Because the answer to this, they would vary on what kind of tree, the health of the tree. There would be no quick answer for that question. And you would only get the answer by experience. In other words, an answer that would be good for any occasion is not really possible except experience. So listen to my answer. Well, first, the rest of the question. How do you account for internal rot and the stresses of dropping branches with taglines? I gotta wonder how these thoughts must race through your mind sometimes while you're climbing, especially if it is windy out. No, sir, these thoughts do not race anymore. So listen to my answer. You tell me what you think of this answer. There are no racing thoughts anymore. There is mostly automation. There was worry and wonder in the beginning, like you have now. It just goes away by pushing the comfort zone to failure and back again. Now, some could argue that you don't have to push your comfort zone to failure. I mean, that's vague and scary sounding, but it's true. Experience, seeing many things allows you to, I mean, you're dealing with an organic thing. A tree isn't like metal where they grade it. You know, how many times has this metal been tempered or folded or whatever? You know, what are those bolts called? Grade 8 or something? These bolts are grade 8. They can do this. Well, wood is, it's not the same. So, like, I've got a lot of criticism from people not in the know, and some people who think they're in the know. On that job I did a while back called Some Say Brave, and I went up this what looks to be ridiculously sketchy thing and then speed lined from it. But I didn't feel like it was an unrealistic, like 50-50, man, whether I go home today. No, it wasn't like that at all. It was calculated, or what I like to call deliberate. Okay. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? There's the Scoot.
Should I turn that on? This?
I just turned it off. It was playing havoc with like the camera was going in and out of, it was just acting whack. Scoot TCI. I build grain handling equipment. This tower is 90 feet tall. I really enjoy your channel. Back in 2002, I fell 30 feet out of a tree, or should I say off a ladder cutting branches. Oh, you did that maneuver where the branch hit the ladder and knocked it out? Oh, Damien described it as something like pleasurable fear or something like that. There is light in the front of me. Would you like to? Well, you can see the reflection in the window, see? You guys don't need to see me that good, do you? You've seen me. Want to hear about one pass cutting through some animals? I haven't done that, I think. Oh, that was my mom what said that about the light.
Yeah, she probably knows.
Oh. One pass cutting through animals? I don't know, man. I don't know what that means.
I could bring this light to, or I could bring that light to here.
Yeah, you can put it right there.
Yeah. That one or this one?
Then everybody could get a good look at me. Since this is my show, I guess I'll find another comment. This guy says, rattling truck. So I'm driving along, talking to you in my black Ford, and he's listening to the door rattle because all the weather stripping is gone for the door. He says, rattling truck fix. It's partly caused by your doors. On the doorpost, take a piece of 5/8 rubber hose, cut the length of the inner post and split it lengthwise and snap it in there. No more door rattle, or much less. Okay, Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. This guy's talking about the 500i, thinks it's awesome. He's in Belgium. Jeremy Buchanan watched the family dinner video twice. Thank you, Jeremy. Benjamin likes the stickers. T. Mackey thought it was pretty random that I used Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy from Tchaikovsky, the Nutcracker, in my Vermeer video where it was like a ballet of skid steers, and we were splitting these logs with this big auger and then feeding them into the monster chipper. And I just noticed when I was editing the video that it looked very like twirly and, and so I was like, oh, this is like some kind of little operetta.
Mm-hmm.
And so the music came in anyway, it was super cool in my opinion.
Jeremy Buchanan says he watched it at double speed.
He watched it at double speed? What, were you waiting for it to get over? Couldn't wait for it to get over? Oh, that's what he says, I didn't watch it twice, fool. I watched it on double speed. That means the opposite of double liking it. It's like half liking it. Jeremy. Oh, at least he's honest. Yeah, the Hanekes can be pretty slow. Oh, listen to this one. This is interesting. A confluence of events. Paul W. So I'm watching the video, and after the crane talk, you start talking about birthdays. This is the video, Anatomy of a Smooth Crane Pick. I was only half paying attention, I guess, and it wasn't until you mentioned cops. I was one of those that the other stuff came back around. Your daughter's birthday was 9/9. By the way, that video got a bunch of dislikes, and talking about cops and firefighters and stuff, and how I think that for the most part, those guys are people who have a heart for service. Anyway, not a popular thing now, I guess, if you're a part of the outrage culture. But this guy says, I was one of those cops. And then the other stuff came back around. Your daughter's birthday was 9/9, and so is my daughter's. Some years earlier, though. And the other thing, her child and my granddaughter is named Hannah. How strange is that? A confluence. So my daughter's name is Hannah. She has his daughter's birthday. His daughter has a kid named Hannah. This guy says, praise the Lord. Look at that view. He's quoting me. Jeremy Smith says, great video. Love the videos. Great work. Take care. Excellent. Just excellent. Yellow Dog Welding. Just plain good work. Thanks for having us along. God bless. Conrad. He wanted to know if what chip truck he should get. And so I told him get one like mine because it's one of the most happy making things that I own. Not everything you own really makes you happy, but my truck does. Too many videos. Hi, Helen. Okay, what's the Swede say? By the way, Swede, thank you for the comment. I was really struck by your comment the other day. I didn't act like it. I walked it all stoic and unflinching. But he said, in response to Chris Coyle's story, Chris lost his dad to cancer, and now here is the Swede here who lost his son, outlived his son to cancer, and now he's just teaching his child, his son's child, his grandson how to work, how to run a wheelbarrow, if I remember that right. I thought that was really something. interesting to read, and I was glad that you were there talking to me. Let's see. Did I mention going through a critter in a tree, Jax? No, I didn't. I didn't say that. Some other people did that. I've seen some critters in the tree. I didn't say I cut through one in half now. I didn't say I passed through cut on a critter. Although there was that one time. Now that I think about it, it was a net. It's a bird's nest in the hollow of a tree, and that was a bummer. But no, there wasn't nothing dramatic like, like a cougar, cut in half and clawing at me with both halves of its body. It wasn't nothing like that. Maybe a little light in front of you. Okay, we're caught up. Todd says, what do you do to take your mind off of work? I seem to think about work all the time. I don't know, man. I love work. So, Watershed Wonders is here. I think his name is John as well. They just all use that name here. Anybody with an alias? Jeremy, his name is probably John. Huh. Fuzzy Bear, if I remember. Oh, Fuzzy Bear wanted to be intimidating and so chose Fuzzy Bear. Can we break it? What do you mean that was a bummer? I sawed through a bird. I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy finding out that had happened. Yeah, but no. The Swede says, cherish time with your family. What do you do to take your mind off work? I don't. I mean, I have my life is full. Work is fun for me. My family, I got so much to do, whether I'm at work or whether I'm at home. There's the whole Monkey Beaver office thing that I go to. Yeah. Quoth the Raven, nevermore. I don't know what that means. Is the intake back on the Ranchero? No, sir. But it is taken apart. I guess that's why they call you the working man. Are you, Jeremy's like quoting song lyrics or something? John England. England. Hey, that's a cool name.
More John.
John is a solid name. I mean,
Apparently people like it.
John the Baptist, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, 4 John.
No.
Oh, no fourth. Okay. What about Proverbs 32? Huh? Proverbs 32 woman. She's so amazing. She's better than the Proverbs 31 woman. I always say my wife is a Proverbs 32 woman, which is just a funny way to say she's even better than that. Uh-huh. Pawn on chickens help take your mind off of work. Yeah. I wish you were working. Pawn and chicken make you wish you were out working somewhere. The Raven is a poem. I don't know that one, but I know this guy, John, this Watershed guy. He's kind of a well-read. What's the word? Intellectual type. Todd, do you still have the zip line up for the kids? No, we take it up and down because it's made of rope. Swedish and Irish. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. No, I'm not doing that, Derek. But I do probably that. I do a different workout. I might be ready for a handstand, actually. It's close. But when I go back to the handstands, and I will because I said I would. By the way, if there's any way, there's people who there's a guy named like John Anastoli or something like that. You'll see him in my Ranchero video. He knows a lot about cars. He was tuning in constantly when I was on my other channel. He's a really cool guy to interact with, and he's disappeared ever since I moved. If anybody sees that guy, let him know that we're over here in a quieter place. He's just the type of guy I would love if he was here. Let's see here. John England. Everyone, yeah, I'm going to change my name to John. My name's John. John Haneke. All right, let's go to another comment. Let's see. Somebody wrote Pacific Northwest ? I'll just answer them right now. Yes. Okay. That was on the Some Say Brave video. Gray Witch. You got to have faith and balls. Two things. Unless you are monorchid. Those are three things. Does that mean that you lost one of your nards? I don't know what that means. Does that mean you're down to one? You're half a man that you used to be? That's funny, though. That's a funny one. Okay. And then this Gray Witch person went on a marathon of comments. Here she is on a different video saying, saving that tree is stupid. It's split. The rain will get down in the split. In winter, it'll freeze and it'll... Okay, this person has opinion about the tree. They thought I did the right thing. NH Local, this is Randy. August, once again, I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and insight as you're working on the job site. I'm always learning when I watch your videos. You and your crew keep on making this hard work look easy. Keep yourself safe, says Randy. That's his tagline. Thank you, Randy. And Randy's better 15/16. Let's see. Ben Ott, huge calves. Oh, all right. I made a joke when I was putting on my spurs about how my enormous calves hold up my spurs. He's laughing because he knows that my calves are less than I said. Okay. Trevor Ahern is always trying to help out the crowd by telling them when the action actually starts on my videos. So he says, 1919 is where the one pass cut starts, which is like 5 seconds before the end of the video. Evidently, Trevor doesn't like when I name the video something that doesn't happen till the end. Yeah. You got to name it something, right? That wasn't really something I did. Also, he laughed at Easterners and definitely Europeans comment, which I did not mean to be inflammatory. That comment about work style was just something I noticed. Gray Witch. Here's a joke. Two Irishmen were walking down a road moaning about the fact that they couldn't find work. All of a sudden, one sees a sign saying, tree fellers wanted. One Irishman turns to the other and says, well, wouldn't you know it? There's a job for tree fellers, but there are only two of us. Okay. That tree reminded me of a dead spider. The homeowner is going to be nice and warm for a couple of years. I bet the neighbors are happy it's gone. Oh, I like this one. What did you charge for that job? Look at my response. It's a YouTube link. Do you guys want to see what my answer was? Because when somebody asks what you charge for a job, they'll never get a straight answer out of me. Would you like to see my answer?
They say yes.
You would? Okay, here's my answer.
What
You
does that mean?
want to see it again?
$1 million.
That was my answer, indeed. Yeah. And it will be that every time. And I encourage you to answer the same way.
$1 million.
Yeah, that's how much it was, Grey Witch. It was $1 million. Okay. All right then. This person says, now I know why a cowboy hollers. Howdy from Nordic Arb in Estonia. Howdy there, Robert Wydacki.
Where is Estonia?
Estonia's in probably Eastern European again or something. I don't know. It's probably over there by Serbia, where that Serbian guy.
Maybe.
Grey Witch. The flower is a foxglove. Thank you. I've been told that 1 million times since the video. I'm a lineman and we will clear any trees. Thank you, sir. My hat's off to you.
Just east of Westonia.
Oh, yeah. Jeremy's a comedian. Capitalism. You should name a video Tree Ninja. Uh-oh. Todd had a comment that got blocked by YouTube. Let me see what it was. Where is it? Oh, he retracted it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now you.
Oh no, what have I done?
There, that's better.
Oh, sure enough, Estonia's in Canada.
Oh,
Northeastern Europe. I was close.
close.
I got big fingers. Poor Todd. Are you like a cartoon character? You only have 3, but they're huge. I'm not making fun of you, Todd. I'm just a total goofball, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I just am. I could be as really real as I want on this channel. 2.5. All right, he's got 2.5 fingers. That's rough. That is rough. Probably can't even hitchhike anymore. No, it's probably safer that way. All right. Dangerous work, they say, but they like it. This person is mad at Adam for being too slow to get to me when I fell, when I needed help on the rope. This person is mad at the guy who tried to cut his own tree down and almost hit the power lines. He says, silly old fool is thinking he'll catch it because he was hanging out right under the tree. Great to see August family raised right. That's the dinner video. This person is sad about the 200 years to grow, but it has to be killed because somebody wants a new house with no trees. And somebody responded to the Grey Witch. Uh-oh. Yellow Dog Welding didn't like it. He says, I'll bet you're using a zero carbon process to make that comment, right? Haha. Okay. I don't mind if people are upset when I cut the tree down because at least they're as long as they're not inflammatory. But if they're just like sensitive, it doesn't bother me much because sensitive people are okay. James Lurch. Oh, he's talking about how tall the tree was, but he was wrong because he did the timing of, like how long it takes something to fall, but he missed it because hit where he thought it was. 98 feet was wrong because it was more than that, because later we had the crane up next to it and our ropes. So, what the heck. This guy's been using the 500i for a year in Germany. Best chogging down saw I've ever used. That means chunking out. Great working balance. Bruce Lund, glory, hallelujah, amen, amen, amen. Great family night, lilies of the field, real life, real ministry. These are some of my favorite videos. I have dinner with my family. We just video it, not a long video. It's unlisted now. And a guy gets on there. I knew somebody would, because you can't ever mention God or faith of any kind without being attacked. And he's all, hey, buddy, stick to just making tree videos. And
Was it on health commitments?
no.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, we did our video last night on the main page. On the main channel. We did. I don't know though, but it's almost like he slapped my mom or something when he said that. Pissed me off. Cause it's like, I don't, a guy invites you to dinner with his family and you're like, I mean, he wasn't like name calling, but I was like, blocked. I blocked him. And that was the end of that. But yeah, that's
Good
something
night.
about
Can
that.
we break it?
Good night,
He's going
John.
to bed because it's late.
John's going to bed. He has lots of breaking stuff to do tomorrow. The 355T, I don't know. I've never used it. Never used it, Derek. We have, they're sold already. They were sold within minutes. The new Panther bars are up on my website, monkeybeaver.com. They're gone. Sold out. Back order. Didn't buy enough. That guy is going to make a lot of money. They got Panther guy in the UK. Because I could sell as many as I can get, I think. I mean, you've seen how you get yourself a little Echo 2511 and you put a quarter pitch bar and chain on it and you are going to cut through some wood. And the Panther chain is better than the steel chain. Why, you ask? Because it's just teeth. It doesn't have the homeowner anti-kickback thing going on. Attack raccoon. In the South, we take our moms seriously. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's my mom, my kids eating dinner. We're not like, you ain't got to believe exactly like us. And you don't got to hang around, but why waste energy insulting a guy and his family? Here's a pertinent. Oh, I'm not going to even talk about that one. That'll just be too much negative. Yep. I wonder if the hen's eggs were fertilized. You could allow her to continue and do a whole nother show on it after they hatch or something, is what they're suggesting. But no, she wasn't setting on the eggs.
Yeah, she wasn't setting on them. They're probably not going to, I don't think much of our chickens are going to set this year because it's past spring and that's when they generally hatch eggs.
These are all young chickens.
Yeah, they're also young.
Right? Mm-hmm.
But they just started laying.
They just started laying. They're all worried about their careers.
They're worried.
They don't want it. They're not ready to settle down.
Yeah.
You know, they're just kind of selfish. They're like, tell you what, why don't you take this egg? Then I don't have to look after it. Huh? They're like putting all their eggs up for adoption. And those big ogre Haneke kids show up every morning to collect them.
Eat them.
Sure, I'll adopt them. Okay.
Todd.
No, Jax. It was made after. Yeah, Jeremy, that's a good one. Michael, I cannot stand anti-kickback chains. Nothing ever lasts on my store. I know. I like this guy, Paul. Okay, Paul is not a pipe fitter. He's a miner. I'm gonna check my my memory as I learn about you. Derek, what do you do? Lead time on the bars? Okay, Derek, I probably have a bar, but I'm selling them as kits. So what we ran out of was the sprockets. But there might be a way to sell you a bar, and you could dig up your own sprocket. And if you email me at augusthuneke@gmail.com, I'll try to find a way to sell. So I have bars for the 2511. Well, yeah. That's what the bars. I have sprockets. I don't have them. They're gone, actually. But I have bars that if you find a sprocket, you could use on whatever you get the sprocket for. And I have chains. So I could get you a bar and a chain or two in 12 or 14 inch. But I don't have sprockets, and so you would have to find one. But that would probably cut down on your lead time a lot, because you can go to a store or you go online and pay like $45 or $37.50.
Todd says you should design your own chainsaw.
I did. Most people don't know it, but I designed the 200T. Yeah, I did. Yeah, being underground is a trip. I've gone into some mines. It's weird to like it's hard not to like feel like the psychological weight of things above you. It's like, oh, yeah, the whole buried alive thing. Hey, are you still here? My little Echo Todd is a 2511T. The kit comes with bar, sprocket, and chain. It comes with bar, sprocket, and 2 chains. And it'll convert and turn a 2511 into pretty decent saw. Margot's here. Is Watershed John still here?
Sony John.
If so, I do know some Edgar Allan Poe. I know about the Telltale Heart. That one stuck with me good. And I always appreciated it kind of at a theatrical or psychological, what's the word? Psychology level. Because there's a Bible scripture that says, the wicked flee when no one pursues. And the righteous are bold as a lion. It's all about confidence. Your confidence comes from a clear conscience. And the guy in the Telltale Heart had killed somebody and buried him under the floorboards of his house. And in his own mind, he could hear the heart beating in this little box under the house. It's pretty hardcore. But the cops were like there just questioning him, and he like freaks out and rips up the floor because he's talking louder and louder and louder, hoping that he'll talk louder than the heartbeat because the cops can hear it. He's paranoid. And then he yanks up the floor and goes, "Here he is! He's right here!" And the cop's like, "What in the world?" Yeah, well, I read that when I was just a kid like him. And I was like, crazy! It's disturbing as heck. Nah, he's young. This guy, Paul, he's got no lady. I know what that look at has means when telling a crazy story. Have I ever been nervous in a tree? Are you talking to me? He must be talking to you, Hez.
Me?
Yeah. Have you ever been nervous in a tree? Nobody would ever ask me that. Hold on, I have to block this guy.
What? Oh.
All right, Todd. You're done.
No, he isn't.
He is done. Goodbye forever. Oh, dang it. I hit the wrong button. I don't know if I've been scared in a tree. Was that the question? Have I been scared in a tree? Nervous. Have I ever been nervous in a tree? Have I ever been nervous in a tree? I was afraid one time. I was afraid the tree wasn't dangerous enough for me. I was afraid that the client would not have my $1 million when I was finished. No way, man. Have I ever been nervous in a tree? Come on, you can't ask a question like that. I've been everything. I never peed my pants in a tree, I can tell you that. Adam, I'm doing a video soon. It's the video I'm currently working on where Adam, we just randomly are like, hey. So I wore my boots and I was going to let those guys run the crane and I was going to go up and cut. Trees get nervous. That is right. They just jump right in the chipper if I show up. They're like, hold on, we'll go willingly. Yeah, so So I wore my boots like I was going to go to work. And I didn't. I just got this idea like, hey, Adam, because Adam likes the ground. He loves being on the ground. I'm like, Adam, why don't you go up there, use the 500i and do a crane cut a big top, and then tell YouTube how you feel. I don't tell them what to say. I say, you look at the camera and you tell YouTube how you feel. Now, Todd, you watch this video when it comes out, and you will see a guy being honest about whether he's nervous in a tree. It is such good footage. It is so real, so totally organic. Adam is a very humble person. He's not like me. He won't sit here and make all kinds of very far from straight answers. I do not like straight answers. I like people to not know if I'm telling the truth or not. It's just a funny thing I like to do. But Adam, if you ask him, you don't even got to ask him. You just say, how do you feel? And he's like, I'm not going to lie. My knees are shaking. He'll say something like that if he's feeling that way. It's pretty dang interesting video. No, he didn't pee his pants. No, he's a stud. No doubt about it. They're not bad trees. They're just good trees that made some bad decisions.
Yeah, like being big and.
My spike slipped out of a tree one time, and I slid down and hit a nub. Broke my rib. Dang. Sorry to hear that. I've had every kind of wild, thrilling emotion in tree work, man. Man, I've had some cottonmouth, absolutely dynamic, crazy situations where nervous doesn't even cover it. Rico is a really, really good climber, really good cutter too, and a strong human. The shirt I had on the other day. Oh, yeah, where it said sorry. That one? Was that the one, Dylan? You couldn't really like see the whole thing? Yeah, Paul, I've heard Paul talk about this before, that he misses the banter and the camaraderie of the work crew. It's pretty fun. Okay, Dylan, it said it was so weird that I happened to pick that shirt too, because that was a really rough day for me to go to work. We did this lottery to find out who would do the hard tree, and it fell to me because I didn't want to be like, you peasant worker, you go do hard tree, boss do easy tree. I didn't want to do that, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I told him like I feel worse than I've ever felt right before climbing a tree in my life. I had like pulled a muscle. I had just felt like I just could have complained a lot, and I didn't, but I complained a little. And then what's weird about it is the shirt I was wearing said, and the customer was there too. I saw him read my shirt, which probably wasn't very professional, but it said, no, I didn't play the boss card, John. It said, sorry, I'm late. I didn't want to come, which was exactly the right shirt for that day because I was late. As a matter of fact, the whole crew showed up on time and had to like do busy work while I dragged myself around. It's like, that is the opposite of slave driver. That's like boss going, hey man, can we just like go home? and do this some other time. But instead, and Damien told me, he said, you'll get in the tree and you'll just be like, your body will take over. You'll be in your natural habitat. It'll be completely different than how you feel right now. And he was right, man. As soon as my spurs touched, I went into automation mode. Like I said to the guy in the comment a little while ago, I said, it's mostly automatic now. Just kind of like if you take a chipper, if you put a piece of wood in a chipper, the chipper's not like, I'm tired today, you know. Chipper just does the same thing every time. If you put a tree climber who's got many, many years of experience in a tree, if you could just take him like one of those sim characters, you know, you don't know about that. It's like a video game character where you have different people that are programmed to do different things. You take the tree climber guy and you put him on the tree and he'll just up he goes. All of a sudden he's in his natural element again and everything's great. Then I come down, I get on the ground and I'm like that polar bear that only walks with his back legs and shoves himself forward. Have you seen him?
No,
You guys seen him?
I
Have you
haven't.
seen the polar bear that doesn't want to go to work?
I haven't.
Oh, I gotta show you that.
Oh.
All right. Let's see here. Polar bear doesn't want to go to work. Search. Oh, this is him. Oh, he gave up at the end. That was me
Can I see it?
the other day. And yet, I showed you guys some
it?
pretty slick saw moves, didn't I? That was me in my natural habitat, okay?
Yeah, that's.
Forget it. I'm so done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt. No kidding. That was exactly how I felt. So those antics that we were doing, how we were like really like trying to decide who was going to do which tree, that's not fake. I totally wanted to do the easy tree, and I wanted it to be because fate or whatever you call it chose that for me. But I had to be willing to boot up for the other tree, and sure enough, oh, you should watch that video if you haven't seen it. It's called something. But I totally did fine in the tree. Like, as soon as I got in the tree, I was like back to myself. I was even all, hey, shut the chipper off. I'm trying to talk here. They're like, dude, we got work to do. The fire season shuts down at 1 o'clock. And I'm like, come on, let's have a little fun. I totally got back to being me. All right, we should stop this video. It's been fun.
Todd says thank you for the wrench.
I love this crowd.
Oh, Todd, it was only a mistake.
Oh, dang it. Hold on. Let me take. I was supposed to block that guy. Is that the guy that asked if I was afraid?
Yeah.
Man, he is done.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the wrench thing?
Yeah.
He's probably going to block me. He's got a wrench. Oh, you can't do that?
No, you. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It ain't a rigged game, John. It is not. What we try to give you is totally like organic, because truth is stranger than fiction. And John, Watershed Wonder guy, will totally know that. He's well read. Truth is stranger than friction. Wow. I just got a t-shirt. Truth is stranger than friction. That was like a typo. I don't know what it means, but it could be something really cool. But anyway, John will know what the expression truth is stranger than friction. There, I did it again. Truth is stranger than fiction. But what I've noticed is also true about truth being stranger than fiction is that it's funny. Truth is more funny than, like, what do comedians do? They find clever, poetic ways to tell you things you already know. And the reason you laugh is because you're like, yeah, that's right, that's how it is. It's because truth is stranger than fiction, and strangeness is real. Friction is stranger than truth. You guys are awesome. All right. I guess we'll go then.
Yeah.
We'll convene here again. If you guys see that John guy, John, I think his name is Apostoli or something.
Sounds familiar.
Some of you will have seen him in the comment section. You should give him a link because I saw a comment. I was just like working and busy, so I didn't have time to answer it. But somewhere in the comments that come across my phone and banners, he was saying, "What happened to the handstand thing?" Truth is truer than friction. Boy, you guys, don't steal it. You know it was good. You know where you heard it first. Truth is stranger than friction. There's got to be a way to use that. That was really, really clever little slip. Except friction is like pretty legit tool for our work. 12:20 a.m. and just had 3 deer at my door. They're probably out here too, right about now.
Yeah, what time is it here? It's they're
Every
probably out
night
there.
there's big bucks just out there on the trail cam.
Yeah.
Nah, it's okay, Texas. We can come up with a new one. There.
Okay, there we are. Yeah.
Attack raccoon. He's got my back. That sounds scary. Attack raccoon has your back? Dang. Sounds like Taylor Hamill rigging collab vid. I don't think Taylor Hamill would. Maybe I'm wrong, but those guys are kind of a different breed than me. It seems like yeah. I could be wrong, though. I don't really know. I've met Taylor a few times. Time to go. I'll see you guys later. Have a nice night. I got work to do.
Oh,
How do you stop it? Oh, here it
you
is.
should sleep.
Hmm?
They said you need to sleep.
I
I
can't.
need sleep.
I can't sleep. I have stuff I have to do. Got to give them time to say bye. You can't just say bye, boom, and hit it.
Yeah.
Which the Swedes headed for the hot tub. It only takes a moment to make a moment for someone else. Good night, John from the Watershed Wonder, and Randy, and Jeremy, and James, and Dylan, and Derek, and Paul Easton, and Brian Floyd, and Texas Grizzly, who told me his name one time, I think, and it was probably John.
Yeah, is it John?
Or Mike.
Or Mike.
There's only 2 names that these guys use when they're Michael, Scoot, Cold Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those calls you have when you've fallen in love with somebody, and you're like, okay, I'm really gonna hang up now. Bye, 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 bye. Marco, and he just happened. Sorry, we got to go, Marco. I'm just waiting to see if Texas Grizzly is going to answer me or if he's already gone.
His name is Chuck.
Where did he say that?
Right there.
Oh, dang. You are a great personal assistant. Thank you so much. Chuck, do you believe him? Why am I so suspicious? Huh?
I don't know. Maybe. Let everybody hear us snore.
I ain't going to sleep. I got work to do. This time it's Bible work for some project that I'm working on. We can't go on together with suspicious minds. We can't build our dreams on suspicious minds. Something like that. I know that song. 3, 2, 1.
Goodbye.